The book of Psalms, chapter 33, and verse 16. There is no king saved by the multitude of an host. A mighty man is not delivered by much strength. I'm going to stop right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to the 140 and 4,000. All right, it's the brother Amawan Padah from the GMS Denver camp. And this lesson is going to be centered around, as we just read in this particular scripture, man, we're going to be saved by Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh Shai, not by what we can do. All right, you see? The time we're coming into is going to be a very turbulent time. All right, a time of great distress. All right, people losing their damn minds. All right, famines, pestilences, scarcity. A lot of these things are coming upon the earth. And, a lot of violence is coming to the earth as well. But guess what? The elect are going to trust in Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, for deliverance and and for protection from the said perils that are to come. All right. And the reason why I'm doing this lesson is because I was watching the video and it was a Jake talking about, these last times, man, how it's going to be crazy out here. And he said, only the strong will survive. And that is true to an extent, but you got to understand what strength really is. Okay. You see? And that's why it says right here, man, it's not by a multitude of an host. It doesn't matter how big of an army you got or how strong you are. It's not going to deliver you in the time we're coming into. The only thing that's going to deliver you is your faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It says through faith are we saved, man. Okay? You see? Because you got a lot of people out here who got a lot of guns. All right, they got a lot of, money. They got a lot of these resources, you know what I'm saying? All right, they might be martial arts experts and whatnot, But thing is, if they don't have Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai on their side, it's going to be to no avail. Okay, now, you're going to have, the 2/3 that are out here who are not under the protection of Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, they're going to have to fend for themselves, man. But us as the hopeful elect, Lord willing, we are the elect. We have a power in the heavens that steps in on our behalf, man. And the Lord set it up that way, There's a lot of men of the Lord who, they have different problems. They might have, body ailments and things like that. They're not able to, hit the gym, 24/7 or run 10 miles or whatever. Does that mean the Lord is not going to protect them? No, man. You see, we got to consider this. All right. This thing is spiritual. Though, it says bodily exercise profiteth little, it's not going to save you, man. Your guns, though it's not a sin to have a firearm, it's not going to save you and deliver you from what's coming, man. All right. Matter of fact, let's read down a little bit to the next verse. It says, and horse is a vain thing for safety, neither shall he deliver any by his great strength. All right. So, you trusting in, material things such as your cars, your vehicles, or you got, people out there who got money, they're buying bulletproof glass for their SUVs or whatever. All those things are vain for your safety. They can all be taken from you in a moment's notice. For example, you got these bunkers and whatnot. You get all this stuff you done bought, man. Armored vehicles and shit like that. Because a lot of these Edomites, they got all this stuff because they have the money to do that. Well, if there's an EMP, for example, they've been talking about an EMP too. And I'll show you that article in just a second. If that happens, then that means all of your electric devices are going to be rendered useless. So your armored vehicle, your armored truck or van or whatever you got is going to be useless in that time, man. Because it uses electricity to function. You see? That's just an example of certain things like that being a vain thing for safety. Matter of fact, let me bring that article out really quick. Hold on, since I mentioned it. All right, so there's a little, news, news and prophecy. All right, this is from naturalnews.com, and it says here, former Air Force general says EMP event could happen during April 8th total solar eclipse. Do you see that? EMP means it stands for electromagnetic pulse, and that is something that can be used to disable electronics, such as an explosion. That sends out an electromagnetic pulse, sends out electromagnetic waves, and it fries the electrical components inside of different machinery, such as your car, all right, and anything else that uses electricity. They're talking about this could pop off during the eclipse, man. We'll see. There's been a lot of things going on surrounding this eclipse that's coming up, man, here on Monday. All right, but this is one of them, okay? It says a retired United States Air Force general warned that an electromagnetic pulse event could happen during the April 8th total solar eclipse. Retired U.S. Air Force Brigadier General Blaine Holt made this statement during a recent interview with Inspired Channel host Gene Nolan. It says, I'm getting from a couple of places that there is a potential over the next few weeks, and I can't locate it with April 8th, but there is a possibility that somewhere in our nation there's going to be an EMP or electromagnetic pulse event, Holt told Nolan. Now, you could conveniently, if that were to happen along, Salaki, hold on. Now, you could conveniently, if that were to happen along the path for the solar eclipse, that didn't make any sense. Salaki, they worded that sentence very strange. Okay, now anyway, it says, well, then you might have a government that explains that away as saying, oh, this solar eclipse was like no other. Holt continued, we have a solar flare storm because we've been marinated in the news story over the past 4 years that, oh, solar flares are just around the corner. And they've been talking about that. Let me stop right there. They've been saying, oh, the solar flares from the sun could cause, electromagnetic pulses to disable electronics. Therefore, blackouts, man. That means no lights. Your car don't work no more. You see? All right? The heat for your home ain't gonna work. All that shit man, if that were to happen, everything would just go into total chaos, right? So anyway, they could be, covering up. They could use that eclipse as an excuse to shut the power off, man, and say it was a solar event, a solar flare that caused it. And it's actually just Esau shutting the power grid down to cause chaos to ensue. But anyway, it says, we've had a solar flare storm because we've been marinated in that news story over the past 4 years that, oh, solar flares are just around the corner and these are bad and it could wipe out your electronics. Well, in reality, that is true. If it's the right kind and if it's exactly the right type, we haven't seen that since I think the mid 1800s. So yeah, man, I'm not going to read the entire thing, but they're talking about EMP events happening, man. All right. So that means that your car will be a vain thing for safety. Your armored vehicles and whatever you preppers have is going to be rendered useless. Okay, so back in Psalms 33 and verse, let's go to verse 18, okay? And it says, behold, the eye of the Lord Yahweh, Bashmi Awashai, is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy. And that's what we're doing. We're hoping in our mercy. We're not trying to, save ourselves by our own carnal means, man. Like the rest of these people are doing, man. They out there buying guns and ammunition and, trying to stockpile supplies and all this stuff, doing whatever they can instead of seeking Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, man, who is in control of whether you live or die and how you live or how you die. You see what I'm saying? They're missing the point, and we can't have that mindset. All right. And, yeah, man, that Jake in that video, he said, man, it's going to be survival of the fittest, It's like, look, man, the fittest are going to be those who trust in Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. All right. You see, not to do with the most guns and the most ammunition. All right. How is that righteous? You know what I'm saying? This dude don't even serve Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, but because he done took a million in martial arts classes and he got like, a billion guns, he's going to be somehow saved? Nah, man. It don't work like that, man. All right. We're going to be protected by Yahweh Bashmi Awashai. Matter of fact, let's keep going. There's more meat on this particular verse. This particular chapter right here. It says, to deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine. Who's doing that? The Lord Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. Okay? He's going to deliver us from death. When all hell is breaking loose and these 2/3 and these heathens and these, Edomites are out here, you know what I'm saying, killing each other, man. The Lord going to protect us. All right? You got jakes out here who are in the truth, who are elderly, man. You know what I'm saying? They're up in age. So you're going to tell me that they're going to be a victim because, they're not, physically capable of fighting off a bunch of 2/3? Nah, man. The Lord going to step in and defend them. It's not of us. The Lord's finna show his power in these days, man. Our soul waiteth for the Lord Yahweh, Bashmiel Shai. He is our help and our shield. Yeah, man. You see that? We must internalize this. Okay, so don't feel bad, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have a lot of the things that the people of the world have, man. Damn bunkers and all type of different shit, prepping shit. They're trusting in their carnal resources, man. We're trusting in our spiritual resource, man, which is Yahweh Bashmiel Shai. You must have that faith, man. You must have that faith. All right, here we have the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 26. It says, "For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called." You see? What does that mean? That means, look, the men of the Lord, for the most part, all right, they're not going to be those who are highly esteemed in the academics and in the accolades of this world, man. A lot of the men of the Lord are not going to have these college degrees and these doctorates and all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? Though there are men of the Lord that do have these things, all right? Don't get it twisted. But that's not the majority of the bulk of the people that are called into this truth, man. The Lord, he uses lowly men, all right, to show his strength, okay? You got all these damn astrophysicists and whatnot with all these degrees. That's not going to save them, man. Okay, the wise men after the flesh. It says, not many mighty, all right? You see? All right, you got a lot of men of the Lord, man. Like I said, they got body ailments, man. They're not, bodybuilders and shit. They're not fucking MMA experts. Okay, though some of us are. There's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? But that's not the end all be all, man. Okay? And a lot of people out here that got guns that they think that makes them mighty. They have a lot of weapons training and all this stuff. Look, man. The Lord is going to be a surprise to a lot of you people out there, man, who's going to be saved in these last days. Now it says, not many noble are called. So not a lot of rich people, man, are called into this, man. All right? I'm talking about carnally rich people. Though some of the men of the Lord do have money, that's a blessing from the Lord. But the majority of us are fucking broke, man. We're underneath the curses. Okay? But the Lord's going to step in for his elect, and we pray that we're of that number, man. Okay? But the Most High have chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. You see, there's going to be a shock to those who have all this prestige in this life, man, when they see the men of the Lord willing, as us, making it through Jacob's trouble, man, and the times that are ahead of us. All right? They're going to be confounded like, damn, how are they making it? Right? The Lord, man. And the Most High have chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. And us as the Israelites, we're considered weak in the world, man. We don't have a standing army. We don't have nuclear missiles and fighter jets and tanks. Shit, man. We don't have armored vehicles and all this type of stuff, man. All right? We don't have all that, man. But guess what? He's finna confound those that do have all those things, man. Man, one being Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. They have all this stuff that I mentioned. And guess what? They still fucking lose. Why? Because Yahweh, Bashmiel Shai, is on our side. And that's all we need. Let's continue on. And base things of the world and things which are despised have the Most High chosen. Yeah, and things which are not, to bring not things that are. So the Lord's finna flip the tables, man. He's finna turn the table, should I say. Those who are on the bottom are gonna be put to the top, man. You see? Showing his strength that he's in control, man. All right. You see, we're despised. All right. The Lord, he put us in a position of what's the word I'm looking for? He put us in a handicap so that he can show his strength, man, when he brings that victory. All right. The world's going to know it was not of us. It was the power in the heavens that was defending us this whole time, man. All right. Yahweh Bashmiah was shy. You see? And it says here that no flesh should glory in his presence. So it's going to be made known that it wasn't us that got the victory. It was our Lord that was doing it the whole time. When he gives his men spiritual power to combat these damn 2/3 and these heathens and these devils, to put them to death, all right, it's going to be made known that it was not us. When you see men flying through the air, when you see men calling down fire and lightning from heaven, it's going to be known it's the Lord that's working with them, man. When we start doing miracles, all right, healing the sick, raising the dead in the name of Yahweh Bashmiah Washai, they're going to know that there's a power in Israel, man. The whole world going to see it, man, to glorify Yahweh Bashmiah Washai. All right? You see? And just to land back on that point right there, here we had the book of Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 29. He giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength. Do you see that, man? The Lord is going to strengthen us in these times, man. Like I said, he's going to give his men spiritual power. Things that science can't explain, man. All right? Look at Samson, for example. Prime example. Samson was kicking ass through the power and spirit of Yahweh Bashmiah Washai. All right? You see? He had spiritual power. The Lord gave him that power. Go read the account of Samson, how he slew those men, those Philistines, with the jawbone of an ass. That's not normal, man. That's the Lord stepping in on his behalf, man. He gonna do the same thing in these times, man. All right? There's many accounts of the Lord stepping in and getting the victory for his men. All right? So those who are weak, man, you're gonna be strengthened in the time that we're coming into. If you truly believe in Yahweh Bashmiah Washai, and you got a bunch of people trying to harm you, all right, because it's going to be like, gangs, running around, malicious groups of people robbing and killing. Hey, man, if they run up on you and you call on Yahweh Bashmiah Washai, all right, because the name of the Lord is a strong tower, right? The righteous runneth into it and is safe. All right. Was it a Proverbs 18 and 10? Hey, he going to give you that power, man, when you need it. Okay. To handle business. And then you're going to thank the Lord, man, for giving you that strength. All right. You see? When Esau comes in like a flood, man, he gonna even the score. I'll put it that way, man. He gonna skew the score in our favor, man. He gonna give us that power, should I say? Now let's continue on. Even the youth shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord Yahweh Bashmiah Washai shall renew their strength. You see, they shall mount up with wings as eagles. Spiritual power, man. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. The Lord is going to do something, man. Watch. He going to do something for us, man. If we just hold fast and wait on him. Okay? Can you imagine running for miles and miles and not getting tired? That's spiritual power, man. All right, because we might have to be on the run in Jacob's trouble. We might have to run a few miles, man. The Lord gonna give you the strength to do so, man. Whatever what I'm trying to say here, Salak, you get a little tongue-tied. Whatever is needed in that time, the Lord gonna provide it, man, by way of miracles and different, situations that He's gonna provide for you to escape the violence and the anarchy that's coming, man. It says we shall mount up with wings as eagles, man. There's gonna be men flying. I've had dreams of flying, man. King David had that power, man. He said he leaped over a wall. Come on, man. Come on, man. The walls back then in those times were not little ass fences, man. If King David leaped over a wall, that means he had spiritual power, man. Give it to him by who? Yahweh Bashmiah Washai. It wasn't, through his countless hours of working in the gym. Nah, man. It was the Lord that came through for him, man. And the Lord gonna come through for us too. We're gonna close with this right here. Book of Isaiah, chapter 41 and verse 14. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will, I will help thee, saith the Lord Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Okay? And the Lord calls us worms, man, because look, man, we're pretty much defenseless out here against these heathens, mainly Esau Edom, because he has all the weaponry and the technology, to kill, man. So we're going to need Yahweh Shai to step in on our behalf, man. We're like those defenseless worms without Yahweh Shai. But with him, he's going to make us into those new sharp threshing instruments spoken of in the scriptures. Okay? Meaning he's going to raise up men with spiritual power, man. He's going to make us those battle axes and weapons of war. And they're going to be afraid, man. They're going to be afraid when they see the power of the Lord being brought out through the men of Yahweh Shai in these last days. And Lord willing, we be of that number. All right. The Lord said he's going to step in and help us. So don't get discouraged, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, people out here, they have more than you. You see, the Lord ain't going to leave you to the wolves, man. If you've been serving him in truth and sincerity, hey, he going to even up the score for you, man. It's going to glorify his name in the earth. So have that faith. All right. The Lord going to give us whatever we need. Don't worry. Don't stress. All right. Trust in Yahweh Shai. He's our shield. All right. So I'm going to end it right there. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. A Kwam Yasharala and a Bible Ball. Shalom.